Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here with NBC Sports Bay Area. I have my one of my closest friends,
Ray Rubio.
and he is a lifelong 49ers fan through and through. So I thought it would just be appropriate to have Ray come in and talk about the Brock Purdy mega contract today. So today, Brock Purdy agreed to in terms to a 5-year, $265 million extension. It is not finalized yet. That will happen probably next week. But in principle, it is done. I have confirmation from league sources, multiple league sources. It is done. It's just not pen to paper yet. So I know everybody has been asking about when is it going to be done? Wasn't it going to be done? And it is done. So as a fan, how do you feel now?
It's crazy because he was the last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, excuse me, but seventh round pick, very last pick. You just goes to show how much hard work he put in the last couple of years. He took the Niners to the Super Bowl, two NFC Conference Championship games. However, he did get injured that last the game against the Eagles, but the hard work that he put in, he deserves it. And I know Niner fans across the nation are screaming, worldwide are screaming like, we needed him. We
Right.
needed a quarterback. So, there's a lot of hope for the Niners to just show that he's going to do some damage this season. So,
Right, right. And he came into the offseason saying, "Hey, I don't want any drama. I just want to get it done before OTAs. I want to hit the field ready to go." And he was a little tardy. I mean, it is phase two. So, I
right.
mean, they've been on, working out, conditioning for a little while. They're just getting on the field, but I mean, honestly, this is the most drama-free offseason compared to last year where you had Trent Williams holding out, Christian McCaffrey holding out, Brandon Ayuk with that whole drama. This
Right.
year, it is May.
May.
And it's George Kittle's taken care of, Brock
Right.
Purdy's taken care of. So, I mean, how confident are you now?
I'm very confident because, like you were just saying, the past couple seasons you had Debo, BA just holding out for a major contract, and I know BA missed a couple of games last year, preseason games last year. And if we had if he had a set deal right before the season, right before preseason, who knows how the season would have turned out last year. But it looks like the Niners are definitely ready. We wanted to get Brock Purdy and George Kittle in as well, just so we could be better prepared for the season to
Right,
come.
right. And, the way Brock Purdy works, I just don't think money like this is going to change him. He's so grounded, he's so down to earth. And these are the guys that, you know, represent the team. They're team captains for a reason. George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Fred Warner is up for an extension as well. He could have one done before the season starts too. I mean, the Foreigners hopefully have learned from their lesson and looking at Brandon Ayuk and, Debo Samuel, get the contracts done earlier because then
Correct.
there's less drama ahead. I gave them kudos for taking care of Diamanda Lenore, although they probably could have done that one a little bit earlier as
Correct.
well.
Right.
But I mean, take me through your emotional roller coaster of the end of the season, a 6-11 season, losing all of those guys in free agency, and now how you feel.
Now it's wild to me just because um like I said, he was working so hard through these last couple of years.
Hmm.
And now you got a quarterback who's, from my understanding, tied as the seventh most paid quarterback, behind Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, tied with Jared Goff.
But
Patrick
that,
Mahomes is not really on the
right.
list, but Patrick Mahomes is going to be
Oh,
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes.
right.
But he's up there,
Hmm.
like tied for seventh, knowing Brock Purdy, where did this guy come from?
I know.
So it's like the Niner fans, when you first saw him, Niner fans fell in love with him. Even the whole football world fell in love with this guy. So, you don't hear any bad credit. And you had the past couple seasons where he had the power around him.
Right.
He had the talent surrounding him. So it's like even Fred Warner, I remember an interview with Fred Warner. Fred Warner was all, "No, we got you. You're fine. You're
Right.
going up against during practices against the best um defensive players in the league.
Right.
So
Right.
we got
I
you."
mean,
So
that's
he
the
was
best
better prepared.
preparation. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So, I mean, it's been a kind of a crazy offseason with all the free agents that left. But when you think about now how they're settled in and how the rookie class looks, I mean, Brock Purdy was the one domino that needed to fall, really, to get it settled. And now I think just throughout the locker room, I think the attitude and just the mental state of the locker room is going to be much more consistent because that's just all settled. I
Right.
mean, you could tell last year during training camp when every little move that Brandon Ayuk would do, like the red shorts and the, watching and hugging Kyle Shanahan, or everything he did was like magnified on social media. And this is a completely different approach where there's really not going to be any talk at all
Mhm.
outside of how are the rookies going to play?
Right. You could tell that the Niners wanted to sign a deal with him.
Hmm.
Everyone was wondering what's going to happen with Brock Purdy. We wanted Brock Purdy, and before he signed this, I just kept saying, "Come on, you guys, sign him. What's going on?" And it's just like we mentioned earlier that Brandon Ayuk, Debo, they were all holding out,
Right.
but now it's like he's the real deal. And I'm
Hmm.
excited, and I'm actually really excited for the season to come because, it's just, I'm hoping, last season it was just kind of, man, it was rough.
Injuries
Yeah.
and like drama, but I mean, the drama did not help,
No.
right? All the stuff that happened during training camp, during the off season, that didn't help them get any momentum or keep any momentum, even though they were losing some players through injuries.
Right. And you wanted to just kind of prevent this drama from happening before the season
Right.
comes. And
Right.
so it's like, let's take care of this now.
Hmm.
Like you said, right before OTA's rookie camp and everything, camp's coming up. So it's right before preparation for the season. So, I'm
Right.
excited. I'm really
Right.
excited.
All right. You
Season come.
brought something up, the money. Now, to me, Dak Prescott's contract is just ridiculous. No one's
Right.
making $60 million. And honestly, I don't think he really deserves it. I know we're all Niners people in here, so I don't think there's any Cowboys people in here, but I don't even know if Cowboys fans think that Dak Prescott deserves $60 million a year.
I don't.
So, I mean, we thought the range would be from 50 to $55 million for Brock Purdy, and it really, it's right in the middle of that.
Mhm.
And it's, is he better than Josh Allen? Does he deserve more money than Josh Allen? I mean, Josh Allen was a top pick. He's led, his team to playoff game after playoff game, and he really doesn't have as many people around him like Brock Purdy does.
What?
Now, I mean, obviously there's the system, there's the players, but he still, if he wasn't a good quarterback, no matter who it is,
Right.
they wouldn't have taken the Niners to the
No, it
championship
just
game.
seems like, you're guaranteed 50 million a year.
Hmm.
You have what, 3 years guaranteed. That gives the Niners a little bit of breathing room because who knows? Maybe we'll get it to another Super Bowl. Brock Purdy will lead them to another Super Bowl within the next 5 years. NFC Conference Championship, playoffs. So he's guaranteed. That gives him a little bit of breathing room after 3 years. Is it 3 years
Hmm.
guaranteed?
And again, it doesn't start this year. So his rookie contract is 4 years long. This is the last year of his rookie contract. So the extension really doesn't start until 2026. So
Correct.
he does get a signing bonus. So he gets some money up front now, but that contract doesn't hit the salary cap, doesn't hit the 49ers pay, their
Right.
bank account yet. I
Hmm.
mean, outside the signing bonus. So yes, there is some room to move. And, the thing also about playing quarterback for the 49ers is the amount of compensation he can get through
Right.
endorsements. So you're not going to get that. Like Trevor Lawrence does not get that in Jacksonville. It's kind of almost
Right.
like a smaller forgotten franchise. When you're the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, you're going to have, and obviously he has some endorsement deals, Toyota, John Deere, but those are going to come in floods now.
Right.
He's going to like, so if, yeah, it's 53 million, not 55, but you can bet he's going to make at least $2 million a year,
Hmm.
at least in endorsements and appearances and all that kind of stuff.
On top of his contract.
Right.
So exciting for Brock Purdy.
Mhm.
I can't wait for the season to come. So
All right. So that is it for Brock Purdy news. Fred Warner has a camp tomorrow in Mountain View, so I'll
wow.
be heading up for that. Get a little reaction from Fred Warner, how excited he is. I mean, when I talked to George Kittle when we were at the De Young Museum with the kids, he's happy about his extension. Now he can just play football. I think that's the
Yes.
most important thing. Brock Purdy now can just focus on playing football. It's done. It's behind him. Even though Brock Purdy is super like always the same guy,
Hmm.
knowing that is going on has got to be in his head at least a little bit. So now it's done and he can be clear headed, just focus on preparing for the season, getting used
Better.
to, yeah, getting used
Yeah.
to everybody being back. Christian McCaffrey is healthy. getting used to Luke Farrell and,
Right.
his second tight end and all the other rookies that are out there. So, it helps him prepare for Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Cowing, who have been working together during the offseason
Sure.
in Arizona. And they need Ricky Pearsall and
Oh
Jacob
yeah.
Cowing to step up
Right.
because, yes, there's Juwan Jennings, and who is really, Juwan Jennings showed out
Hmm.
in 2024.
So did Ricky. And I
Yeah.
feel like Ricky has a lot to offer on the table.
Hmm.
And if Ricky and Brock have that connection,
Hmm.
it's going to be insane. So Niners will probably be a team to beat.
And
Pro-
their schedule that just came out this week,
Yes.
they have one of the easiest schedules in several different metrics in rest. In I went through each game and what the team they're playing did the week before. There's only one game where the team before has an extra 2 days. So they are not playing
Mhm.
anybody off the bye. They only have one Thursday night game. Thank goodness. Thursday night games are the worst.
Yeah.
But because it's less rest. But the only thing about their schedule is their bye week isn't until week 14.
Yeah. I
That's
saw that it's later
really
in the
late. It's
season.
really late. They've had it as early as 4. 14 is the latest week it could come. So they've got to make it through that tough front half of
Right.
the season. And then really after that, the games that they play after the bye are not bad.
But there has to be an advantage,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know, like week 14. And I've seen um somewhat disadvantages and advantages of it.
Hmm.
But it doesn't seem like it's that difficult of a schedule.
It depends where they
Yeah.
are health wise. So if they're beaten up around week 10 or 11, they usually have a bye around 9, 10, or 11. If
Right.
they're beaten up there, it's gonna be tough to make it to that week 14. But if they're healthy and they're rolling,
Hmm.
kind of better to have a later bye. So
Right. So,
yeah. All right.
all
Well,
right.
Ray, thanks for joining
Of
me here
course,
on my
anytime.
YouTube channel. Everybody, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, and we'll have more updates for you as we go along. And wow, Brock Purdy is signed. He's a
Right.
49er now,
Uh,
the franchise quarterback, making a
256 million.
ton of money.
Yeah.
Love it.